Hello friends, I am Krishna Kanjani from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology. Welcome to the online lecture series on kinematics and theory of machine. In this session, we will learn about graphical synthesis methods. Okay, now in graphical synthesis method, we can use two type of method, that is inversion method and relative pole method. So over here, we will practice for relative pole method. Okay, so let's start this session with the two position synthesis of slider crank mechanism. Now first let's revise that what is slider crank mechanism. So in a slider crank mechanism we have considered one fixation point, and with respect to this fixation point we will consider one link which is termed as a slider. Okay, now if your slider this one is known as a crank. Okay, now with respect to this crank, your crank is connecting to your connecting rod, and this connecting rod is locating a slider. Okay, let's represent your slider as S and your connecting rod at C. Okay, now if this slider is moving in the same line of action of your crank, then it is a simple or basic arrangement. But over here, if you consider that your slider is not matching or it is not passing from the line which is passing from your crank center, then this distance is known as a eccentric distance, and this system is known as a eccentric crank and slider mechanism. Okay, so over here we will design one eccentric crank and slider mechanism. Okay, now over here what will be the two different positions? So let's consider this one as your position number 1. Okay, now with respect to this position number 1, if your crank is moving to the another position, that is your position number 2. So let's sketch your position number 2 like this, that it is let's consider this one as your position number 2, and with respect to this position number 2 your slider is reaching somewhere over here. So this is your slider 1, this one is your slider 2, that is position number 2. Okay, and this one is your slider 1, that is position number 1. This distance, that is the distance between this 1 and 2, is represented as S12, that is the distance bit, or we can say the displacement of slider from position 1 to position 2. Okay, so quickly understand this data. Okay, this one is known as the input angle, that is crank angle, we can say as a theta angle. Okay, now we have two components, that is crank and connecting rod. Okay, if we consider that this mechanism as ABC, that is AB, and your slider if you represent that as S, so we have to find out the length of AB, that is your crank. We have to find out the length of your BS, or we can say that connecting rod, and we have to find out the input or initial angle theta. Okay, with the help of these three data and your eccentricity E, with the help of these four data we can design a slider crank mechanism. Okay, so over here let's consider some input data, and with the help of this input data we will find out the rest of the data. Okay, so over here it is given that we have the eccentric distance between two line of action, that is the path of your slider and your crank position. Okay, they have given this data as E eccentricity, then slider 1 2 position is given, your input angle theta is given, and theta 1 2, that is the position number 1 to 2 input angle is given, and with the help of this data we have to calculate the length of link number 1 and 2, or we can say that we have to calculate the length of crank and connecting rod. Okay, so let's start this numerical. First we have to sketch two lines which is representing, let's consider this one is your line number 1, let's give notation as 1 1 dash, which is representing the position of your crank. Okay, so we can arbitrarily, or we can say randomly select this one position A, which is the center point of your crank. Okay, now with respect to this crank point, now your slider position, now slider is slightly eccentric. Okay, so we have to consider another line which is at some eccentric distance E with reference to your 1 1 dash. Okay, and we have to give notation this one as 2 2 dash, that is the which is representing the path of your slider. Okay, now after sketching these two, now let's consider second data, that is S12. Now S12 is the position slider displacement from position number 1 to position number 2. Okay, now over here we have to select this S12 and we have to consider data such that S12 by 2. We have to select the half of your displacement. Okay, so consider, and this half of your displacement will be represented with respect to this fixation point A. So from your 1 dash line, take S12 as your reference line. S12 distance, if you consider S12, that is displacement is given as 100. So over here you have to take S12 by 2, that is 100 by 2, that's the length of your displacement, and at the end of this length you will get point E as your reference point. Okay, so now quickly the first step, that is we have to sketch this eccentric line. Okay, so to sketch this eccentric line, let's consider 1 dash and 2 dash are the two reference line for crank and position of slider. Now S12 by 2, which is displacement, we have to take on this 1 dash line. Now draw vertical line from this E point, and similarly same type of line from your A point. Okay, now that is your A line, vertical line from A point as well as from E point. Now from this E point we have to take the second data, that is input position angle theta 12. Okay, so now be careful over here, from this vertical line you have to take theta 12 by 2 angle. Okay, as we are doing the same type of procedure in all the type of relative pole methods. Okay, what we are doing, that we will always consider that this theta 12 position, and we will always take half of that angle as our reference angle. Okay, so take this theta 12 by 2 as your half angle, that is your reference angle, and measure it from this vertical line, that is considered as PA. With reference to this PA line, draw a line at angle theta 12 by 2. Okay, and this line will intersect over here. Okay, so over here you will get one intersection point which can be considered as PE. Getting this? Okay, so up to this point you will get simple, what you have taken till now, your displacement 1 to position by 2, and you have sketched on your horizontal line. Then you have taken this theta 12 by 2 and measure this angle with reference to this vertical line. Okay, this intersection will give you point PE. Now join this PE point to your slider position. Okay, so now over here you have to assume position of slider anywhere on this 2 dash line. Okay, so either you can choose over here or at any point on 2 dash. Okay, so let's consider over here I am assuming this point as your slider point. Okay, so now from PE point connect to your slider point S. Okay, in this way you will get the half of the procedure. Okay, so if we draw it properly, then let's consider that you are obtaining this type of arrangement. First your A 1 dash and 2 dash line with reference to your eccentric distance. Now from theta 12 by 2 and S12 by 2 you will get the line PA and PE, and with reference to this PA and PE you will get the pole point, that is P. Okay, now connect arbitrarily we have selected this slider position and connected this P point with your slider position. Okay, now next procedure. Now consider this angle alpha as your reference angle. This alpha angle is the angle between your pole line of angle and your vertical line. Okay, now take this alpha as your reference, and with the same angle alpha you have to sketch one line which is measuring this angle with your pole to your slider position. Okay, so now you have to sketch alpha line and dash line at alpha angle with this PS1 position. Okay, now after connecting this line, now let's consider the rest of the data. Okay, so now rest of the data, that is they have given the angle theta. Okay, so now we don't know the length of our crank, but they have given the position of your crank. Okay, so let's consider this theta angle. So over here, with reference to this horizontal line, you have to draw a line which is at angle theta. Okay, so over here we have sketch one dash line with angle theta, which is representing the position of your crank. Okay, so now let's quickly revise that we have taken this e distance, that is eccentric distance, s12 distance and theta12 distance. Okay, now all the input data is considered. Okay, so now this intersection line, if you will refer that this dash line from your at alpha angle and theta angle, this intersection line will give you point y. Okay, and if you connect this with dark line, then this line is your crank position. Okay, so in this way you can get the position of your crank. Okay, so let's consider over here. So by sketching the same angle at alpha, we have obtained the position of our crank. Okay, now last step, that connect your this position P. If we consider this one as your reference point B, so with reference to this B point, connect to your S1 point, and this one is your connecting rod length. Okay, so if you refer this AB length, then this AB is your length number 1 and this BS1 is your length number 2. Okay, so in this way, by using this eccentric, slider position and input angle theta, we can find out the length of crank and connecting rod. Okay, so now let's quickly revise these two position synthesis of slider crank mechanism. Okay, so now quickly revising it. So first, what we have used, so first we have used this eccentric distance. Okay, so first we have to sketch a reference line 1 dash and 2 dash at eccentric distance E. Then arbitrarily we have to choose one point that is representing point A. Okay, this is a random point at any position you can select. Okay, now with reference to this A point, you have to consider first length, that is S12. Okay, so now S12 by 2. Okay, so consider S12 by 2 as your distance and obtain position point E on your 1 dash line. Similarly, use your theta 12 by 2 angle. Okay, so with reference to this theta 12 angle from this PA line, vertical line from A and E. Okay, so that is representing PA and PE. So now with reference to this PA line, you have to sketch by theta, consider theta 12 by 2 angle and draw one dash line. Okay, so now this dash line will intersect with this PE, that will give you point number P. Now measure this angle alpha, take this alpha as your reference angle. Okay, now you have to choose arbitrarily, randomly on your 2 dash line any point as representing the slider position S1. Okay, now connect this PS1. Now from this PS1 again take alpha angle as your reference and draw this line which is connecting this point over here, which will give you the intersection point B. Okay, now after doing this, so now simply connect this B point with your S1 position, so it will give you the simple length of your crank and connecting rod. Okay, so in this way, by following these simple graphical steps, you can design synthesis, or you can design a slider crank mechanism. Okay, now in our next session we will use 3 position synthesis of slider crank mechanism. Okay, so thank you.